is Ross from middle of nowhere, Georgia, and I've been a fan since like the beginning of the show, and especially Arian. I've been a fan of yours forever, and you kind of changed my perspective on like everything in life, and I truly think that you are just brilliant. But my question that I have is, what is your guys' favorite thing to argue about? And there's like you can have fun debating something, but I mean more of a argument where you feel that personal anger in you to get your point across, and you'll cut anyone off and be completely uncivil because someone has a opinion that you find bad and you completely disagree with. Thank you. Keep making the pod. Okay.
What's your favorite thing to argue about?
That's kind of how I argue anyway. Like, it's not like I get a lot of like DMs from people like on the show, like when I contend a point, like either Big T or Billy or something like that. Like, I just am a passionate human. Like, this is how, like, if you was to like come to like one of my family functions, right? When we get to like congregate with each other, this is how we talk. Like, so it's just like very like in your face. And like, I would never do that to a stranger, right? I would argue cordially. But like, if I argue with you like that, it means I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? I think that a lot of that time, that passion gets taken as like I'm coming out you know what I'm saying? Like, or I'm being disrespectful, or I'm just loud, or I've lost my, like, nah, that's just how I talk, like when I fuck with my people. And so it's like, I'll do that shit with the card game, like if you like the family or whatever, like top five. I say, to answer his question, top five rappers is probably a heated debate like that in my circles a lot. You'd be like, yo, that nigga trap, what you, and you just kind of like get into it with that. So I would probably like say like top five rappers, but that's just how we kind of, from my experience with, you know, my people, like that's just how we that's how we bang.
Mine's easy. College football. I love arguing about college football. Like, there are other arguments fun. I get in that, like, I'm like, why am I having this right now? But every time I argue with somebody about college football, I enjoy it, and I want to continue arguing about it.
Yeah, it's a fun argument too, because compared to other sports, even other college sports, there's so many different ways that you can go in college football. And the passion that everybody has for their own fan base and for their own team, people take it personally. You get crazy. Like, they are actually fanatics when it comes to college football. I don't think that people care as deeply. If you took like the most diehard University of Tennessee fan, and then you took the most diehard, I don't know, Yankees fan, and the most diehard Cowboys fan, and you compared all those together, the person who's the diehard University of Tennessee fan cares more about that program than the other do about their own teams.
For sure.
All right, Big T, I want to ask you this question. Who is the greatest college team of all time?
Team? Individual? Like, one season?
Team. One season.
It's either, was it 02 or 03 Miami when they had all those guys? Or, I mean, honestly, like, 2019 LSU just beat the piss out of everyone. Like, nobody was close.
But that LSU team, I think, would beat the older teams just because of how football's evolved.
Yeah, I mean, the offense was just insane. Probably those two. Maybe
those are good answers.
Yeah, I think those would be my top two.
There was that one USC team too that came right after Miami. That was pretty good.
2005, yeah.
Yeah, they were good. I mean, with the benefit of hindsight, who knows what we're gonna look back on in like 10 years? But these Georgia teams have been pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
They don't have like the sexy appeal on offense like the other teams do. Like Benson?
Stetson Bennett.
He's like okay, you know what I mean? He's not like
But
then again, even like the 05 team. Well, I thought Matt Leinart won the Heisman. Vince Young, that Texas team too.
Yeah.
2000 was that 05 also or 06?
I want to say that's 06.
Because they played USC in the Rose Bowl.
Those teams wouldn't be able to compete because Vince, like the whole running quarterback, isn't his novel now, and I don't think they would be as effective. Their offense.
I don't think that's the case at all.
So, like, do you think they do well against the Georgia team? Like,
in my experience, any running quarterback that's effective opens up your run game in an entirely different way. Vince Young is a big part of the reason why Chris Johnson ran for 2,000 yards. And if your run game is is open, and you're a threat, and you can throw the ball, then your play action game opens up. It makes your defense account for way more than it has to. So would it be effective? Who's to say? But it would be more effective than the teams they faced.
See how these conversations are fun?
Yeah.
and we're in the perfect May and June is the perfect time for it every year because there's just nothing going on in college football.
It's about to get boring after basketball.
Yep, and that's
basketball,
then you start
boring.
going to baseball games.
That's true.
Yeah.
This is my new thing.
Yeah.
So I'll do that.
In the college football calendar, like there's nothing going on right now. So any conversation about college football is just arguing about dumb shit, and it rocks.
But like, I don't think Vince Young would. I think teams nowadays would match up better against Vince Young's Texas team.
But there's no what?
Yeah, I think because
I don't think you remember Vince Young. How old were you?
I was 7, but
yeah,
I watched his highlights.
I watched Vince. Yeah, I don't.
I think Cam Newton was a much better runner than Vince Young.
They were a little bit different though as quarterbacks.
They were different. I wouldn't say. That's actually a pretty good. No, I would say Vince Young was a better runner. No, Vince Young was way more shifty. He was faster.
Yeah,
definitely faster. And he was more of a threat, I would say, through the air.
I would argue. One of my favorite things to argue about is that the 2002 U.S. men's national team soccer team should have made the World Cup finals, and we got robbed out of it. That's the best team that the U.S. might ever have in soccer, and we got fucked by some dirty referees in the game against Germany, because if we had beaten Germany and there were some handballs that could have been goals that were not called, a lot of shit went down in that game. We should have beaten Germany in the quarterfinals. Then we would have played South Korea in the semifinals. We had already beaten them earlier in the tournament. We could have beaten South Korea again, and then we would have been in the World Cup final against Brazil, who probably would have beaten us.
No, but
I like to argue about how American
we still would have been
soccer is
second
stupid.
place.
No, but we're about to be
shouldn't.
so nasty.
Yeah,
Balogun.
we are.
About to be. For those who don't
good.
follow soccer very closely, just wait 3 more years. We're about to be disgusting.
They said that
Yeah,
years last.
This new
No.
generation.
We just
Cup.
got
No,
we
didn't,
Yes,
Billy.
yes,
No, we
everyone
didn't.
was
People
like,
were
oh,
like, "This
no,
team will
we
be
didn't.
good," and they were. They were solid. They
we tied
I
England.
love how the question of
Bill-
what do you like to argue about turned into an argument. That shit is
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, no, but like,
Billy,
but
Billy,
remember,
you're wrong.
Remember,
Billy, you're wrong.
I
You
am
don't- you
right.
don't-
I am right.
you don't
I
know
remember the
anything
New
about
York
soccer
Post
because-
article when we tied England last World Cup, like before this one, the one
That
before.
also didn't happen.
Yes, the best tie since Bunker Hill, the original tie between
That
tying
was-
in English and pool play.
That was
That was
13 years ago.
2010.
Yeah, they were saying that wait till the next 4 years and we're going to have a great team because we just tied England. They've been saying all these U.S. soccer people's like the trust the process Ponzi scheme. It's never going to get good because we will never accelerate past the level that other like Europe's going to progress because we can't catch up to them.
We were better than them in 2002, though. That's the thing. We were better than Germany, who finished second place, and we should have made the finals. And Billy, nobody was saying about this World Cup that we expected the U.S. team to be dominant or advance past where we got to because we were a very young team. The goal in this World Cup was like take these guys who are all 20 years old, 21 years old,
Trust the
and
process.
just wait.
I'm
because
gonna
in
make-
the next World Cup afterwards. They're going to be.
I'm
good.
going to
It's
make
a
Billy
Ponzi
watch
scheme.
Balogun. Is it the Nations League or Gold Cup that's coming up? Whichever one it is,
I don't
I'm
know.
going to make him watch that guy put a hat trick on Mexico.
We're not going to beat that Swedish dude, Hollis. Like, there's crazy
Holland,
players.
he should
Yeah.
have 3 goals in this game right now, and somehow Courtois stopped all of them.
He's like a superhuman. He actually looks like he could be from the Hollow Earth.
Man City just scored again. As I
Yeah.
said that, by
Yeah.
the way, 3-0. We're going to the Champions League final.
Billy, respectfully, you don't know shit about U.S. soccer.
I don't
You
because they keep sucking. I can't invest in them because everyone says, "Oh, this time," and they're like, "Oh, nope."
Well, next World Cup, that's the time
Okay.
that if we don't win, I'm going to say 2 knockout stage games, it will be a disappointment.
Okay, so clip this.
We have to get to the semifinals.
clip the.
If we get to the semifinals, I think our team will be good enough to get us to the semi. And it also does depend on what group and what the matchups are on the second round. But we should have the talent to be one of the top 4 teams in a World Cup that we're hosting.
Okay.
That's the year.
Old takes exposed.
2002 though, we should have made it to the World Cup finals and we got fucked. So I like arguing that. I also like arguing about healthcare system in America. Like we should have healthcare should be free. And it's been proven to work overseas in like every other country. And for whatever reason, people just like to pretend that it doesn't suck here, but it does suck here.
I'm with you.
Also, Andrew Jones should be in the Hall of Fame. I could do a dissertation on that.
I like to argue, like argue football and like animal fights, how big of an animal you can fight with your bare hands. Those are always fun.
Mm-hmm.
Pick 2 to fight with you. The rest are coming to kill you. Those are fun.
Yeah, I like those. Yeah, for sure. Because then you envision the battle that would take place.
Gorilla versus brown bear.
This is a great icebreaker for your incels that follow you to talk to a girl about. Because I always do this because it's fascinating to see everybody's logic. So I'll ask people, and I'll be like, "Would you rather fight 50 rat-sized lions or 1 lion-sized rat?"
Ew.
And see what the answer is. It's a fun thing to just break the ice.
50.
A lion-sized rat is the most terrifying thing I've ever heard of.
I just like shriveled up hearing that.
Yeah, because
but then think about 50 little lions.
Just
bro.
kick them.
Yeah,
just
but
keep
Yeah,
kicking.
just step
Sounds
on
good,
them.
but when there's 50 of them, 50 you can't step on all 50.
but the thing is, a lion's mouth compared at a rat size is pretty small. So when it bites you,
Be like a cat.
less than a cat.
Yeah,
a little
way
smaller
less.
than a cat.
I don't know enough about lion size or rat size lions.
So this
Yeah,
was a good.
it'd be fun.
This was a
It'd be
good
fun.
voicemail question.
Yeah.
Yep.
Prove the point.
Yeah.